No, I can't think of a good intro joke. What's up, YouTube? This is Arlie, as usual, bringing you Let's Play Don't Take It Personally, Baby, Just Ain't Your Story. Last time, what did we do last time? We got through 2 chapters last time, and this time we're going to be going through more chapters. Get to chapter 3. I should probably lower my volume, I just remembered. Put that down to the usual amount. There we go. Okay. Load. Let's begin. We have messages. I keep doing that. Okay, so after that silence, I'm really excited about this unit. I think this could be the one that finally gets the people who don't normally pay attention into it. Sure, it's really long, finally music, but it's also incredibly exciting. I've got a good feeling about it. Never say you have a good feeling about anything. Or a bad feeling, or a feeling at all, really. The lunch bell rings. It's been down to just Charlotte and Isabella eating lunch in their classroom ever since Akira has been spending his time with Nolan instead. Hey, sir, do you mind if I eat in here too? I keep thinking Kendall's a guy for some reason. Wow, I think that's probably the most she's ever said to me, ever. No, go right ahead. Thanks, you're a real bro, sir. Thanks, I think. She goes off to join the other 2 girls in the classroom. I'm gonna have trouble giving voices to these people. Hey, sup, Charlotte? Hiya, Kendall. They're both talking again? Bella, there's no need to channel Akira. Sorry, I just meant I'm glad. Only if you're okay with that. Sorry, I can still give you room if you want. Don't be silly, of course I'm okay with that. Ah, so much messaging. Sorry. Knock that off. Come on, this whole thing where we've been avoiding each other is silly. Let's just both promise not to do that again. Okay, I promise, Charlotte. Oh, you still sound like you're trying too hard. Relax. Can't we just go back to plain old LOL Brawl, Kendall? LOL Brawl? Super Smash Brothers LOL Brawl. Okay. Kendall looks uncomfortable for a moment, but laughs. No. Okay, sis, I can do that. That's better. Really is good to talk to you with the air clear, Kendall. Yeah. Meanwhile, I can't help but notice that Isabel looks as comfortable as I've ever seen her, caught awkwardly in the recon. I decide to... Can you actually do that? I decide to... look for a coin. Well, it's back to flipping dimes, because that's all I can find. Yeah, it landed where I couldn't get it, of course. You know what? Oh, found another dime right under here. I actually can get it this time. It is a heads. Or a line, okay. Hey, Isabella, can you come here for a second? Yes, what is it? Nothing. I just thought it looked like you needed an out from those 2 making up. Yeah, thanks. It's a bit awkward. I'm happy for them, though. Seems like it's been a long time coming for those 2. I didn't know that's a question. Seems like it's been a long time coming for those 2. God, there's a lot of history. And a lot of geography. Now for homework. Yeah, it's a long story. That's the impression I got. There's an awkward pause. Anyway, you're welcome to stick around or go back. I just thought you could use the choice. Thanks. No, I don't think I need to be in the middle of that. Staring at her, it occurs to me that maybe it's not just an awkward silence. I think her mind's just somewhere else entirely. Where? I have no idea. Narnia! That's where everything is! Is something the matter? I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay, well if there is something... Sure, I understand. It's just that I'm not sure myself right now. I'll let you know. Sorry, no pressure or anything. Just wanted to put that out there. It's okay, I understand. Thanks. 3 days later. Well, we skipped the whole moon crashing and all that. Lots of messages. Do-do-do. Okay, let's try something different today. Today, we're going to focus on chapters 60 to 65 in particular. That's the whole lighthouse scene. I've put up 3 questions on the board. No, you haven't. The board is blank. I think you people can see the board is freaking... Where is my face cam going to be in relation? The board, right here, like, right around this area, it's blank. I'd like for you to break up into groups of 2 or 3 and answer them. Immediately, they all start chattering, figure out who they'll partner with. Well, I thought it was partner up with, whatever. It has to be with someone you haven't worked with this semester, though, if that's possible. Let's mix things up a bit. Okay, in half an hour, we'll glue over each of your answers. Clap my hands and sit back down, letting them all get organized on their own. I'll give them a few minutes to break apart into their own groups and actually get started on talking about them. I have no idea how well this is going to go. I sure hope it works. Then, well, if you ask me, we're Oops. And of course, it's Taylor who seems to get distracted first. Okay. And how's your discussion going, Taylor? Well, actually, I didn't quite get that far. Uh-huh. I've just been going over what happens with her before we start to tackle the questions. Really? Yes, Mr. Rook. Sorry, I've just been looking something up myself because I couldn't quite remember the sequence of events. Guess I can't really call either of them on that excuse then, as low as I am to admit it. Damn it. Alright, carry on then. Try to get to the questions quickly. You don't have that much time. Of course. It's not really like that. I mean, there's a couple of that. I don't know what's going on. And then I turned my attention to the other group that also doesn't seem to be being productive. We actually got a slight change of background here. Ahem. Sup, sir? She doesn't even look up. Isabella does briefly, but says nothing. You're supposed to be discussing the questions, Kendall. Are you both really done already? Well, not much to discuss, sir. We're done. Really? Isabella says nothing but nods. So, TLDR. Nothing but nods. I'm not impressed here, and I don't believe for a second that they talked about it. I doubt they've even read the chapters. I'm gonna try to trip them up. If you're prepared to answer them already, then let's take the first. How would you say that Takami uses grotesque death imagery as a form of emphasis in the lighthouse scene? Kendall looks up and hesitates. Then you should, implying that he does. The whole point of the scene is that the grotesque imagery ain't there. It's unemphasized because it doesn't exist, and that's totes shocking. Like, realistically, the scene should be this bloody horror. It should be this bloody horror. If you think about it, it doesn't make any sense to have so many shooting deaths without any gore. But instead, all the protagonist notices is the death, not the crazy visceral stuff. The most important gore is the protagonist bleeding, but he's alive. It's not the death that's grotesque. The death is just there. It's his blood that indicates he's alive that's grotesque, man, as he strains himself. Too long, didn't read. TLDR uses grotesque life imagery, not death. You're asking the wrong questions, dude. Well, she's certainly a smartass and a hippie. I'm not impressed by the way she's blowing me off entirely, but I can't say that she doesn't understand the material. It's obnoxious, but I can't scold her and make me look like a jackass. I think I'm gonna have to hand her this one. Okay, that's a really interesting perspective. Good work. Okay, moving on. TLDR. He actually wrote TLDR. What? Oh god, no. Class discussion ends up going well enough, I guess. Actually, I'm a bit surprised. It sounds like Taylor actually managed to express an informed opinion for once, even if it was with the help of Charlotte. Maybe there's hope for her yet. Probably not. When the lunch bell rings, it seems far too quick, and of course, even though I was mid-sentence, everyone immediately packs up their things. Hope she's not joking. I mean, I hope she is joking. Oh god. I hope she is joking. Excuse me, Mr. Rook? Yes? How can I help you? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Of course, anytime. Is this what was up earlier? Or would you rather talk about it somewhere more privately? It is. Not right now, though. How about after school? Certainly. Do you know where my office is? Yes, room 12, right? I've been there several times. Okay, great. I'll see you there then. Thanks. Thanks. Awkward. I wonder what's up with her. I hope this time it's actually something I can help with. I'm really not sure about her. She's always so quiet. It worries me. Kendall, do you know where Akira is? Off having sexy shenanigan with Nolan, probably. Kendall. I hope so anyway, bro deserves it. It's not very helpful. Sorry, for serious, I think they've been eating lunch together up on the roof. I checked there first, sis. Thanks. Scrolling. It's just me, or does she seem even more aloof than usual? Aloof? How do I pronounce that? Aloof. Aloof. I'll just say aloof. Maybe. You should go easy on her. I think she has a lot going on right now. Yeah, I'm just worried. More silence. Realizing I'm just making a weird situation worse, I shrug and go get my lunch, leaving the pair of them alone. Truthfully, I don't think it helps. There's still an unspoken tension in the air. Kendall and Charlotte are chatting, but share. Barely. I don't think it's because of me. I think there's just something else going on here. Oh well. 3:55 p.m. Getting used to that number. That's it for the day. Well, as far as classes go, anyway. No, don't do this! No! Outside, I can hear rather a set of voices shouting rather loudly in I can hear rather a set of voices... Misplaced word. Cheerleaders, I suppose. Isabella's probably already on her way to my office. But before I go, I should take a break to see if there are any new 12-channel posts. 12-channel... This is not... This doesn't seem important. Well, that's enough dawdling from me. Time to go. I guess I got here first? Well, I can wait. I sit down and wait, tapping my hand on the desk impatiently. Didn't mean to scare. Look over my lesson plan for tomorrow, but unlike every other time, I can't see anything worth adjusting. I wonder where she could be. She doesn't really seem like the sort of person to blow off an appointment like that. I hope everything's okay with her. All the worst possibilities of what could be raced through my head. Maybe she got hurt? Maybe something happened? Maybe she couldn't bring herself to talk about it? Or maybe she... I'm being ridiculous. I just have an overactive imagination is all. I'm sure she's fine. Something probably just came up and delayed her. Or maybe she just got lost? No, that can't be it. She knows what room this is. Not a very big school, and she clearly knew where it was. Wait or look? I actually don't know what I want to do, so flip a coin. I actually caught it. Caught it like that. Caught it freaking... Heads it is. Still, there's no point in assuming something bad. It's probably nothing. I owe to her to wait a little bit longer. So I wait, and wait, and wait. All told, I sit in the office for an hour and a half. There's no sign of her at all. Well, I'm sure she'll understand. I don't think I can wait any longer. The school's gonna get locked up soon. I wonder what happened. I hope she's okay. She didn't seem okay at all. I'm really worried. What could be wrong? Once the bell rings, I do attendance as always, but I can tell immediately who the only absence is. Isabella. Has anyone heard from Isabella at all? Anyone? Class is silent. Does anyone know how to get a hold of her then? Still more silence. Alright. Move on, there not really being anything else I can do, but the whole thing gives me a sinking feeling. Next week. 13 messages! 13, Wait, what? wasn't just a reference to a different game. Foreshadowing. A week later, I still haven't seen Isabella at all. The school still has no way of getting a hold of her at all. Why is this glowing? Please, it's not in good standing. You shouldn't worry about it. It's worth the effort. Could I please have any contact information on file for Isabella Hart? She's been absent for several days, and I'd like to get a hold of her parents, as I'm very concerned. Thanks, John Rook. Mr. Rook, I'm sorry, but we don't have any current way of getting a hold of that student's parents at all. The phone number listed on file is marked as being out of date, but we were never able to update the records. Furthermore, that student's tuition is not in good standing. You shouldn't spend any more time worrying about it. It isn't worth the effort. And the school still has no way of getting a hold of her at all. It's hard not to assume the worst. There's nothing I can do about it other than to feel terrible about it. Maybe I should have insisted or gone looking for her that evening? What could have possibly happened to her? Still, there's nothing I can do. Class still goes on without her. It said so in the message thing. What do you think about the ending? Kendall, I'd really like to hear your thoughts. Well, I thought it was good. It ends on an effective note and makes a strong impression. Plus, the repetition of the body count works well for it. Did you think that worked in other parts of the novel, too? For reals, it helps keep things structured. Good point. Any other thoughts, or anyone else? She sits down without any further word. Charlotte raises her hand, and I pause before calling on her. You know, the worst thing about it all is, I find myself thinking, even though Isabella's gone, it's hard to even notice a difference. It doesn't feel like the dynamic of anything has changed with her gone. How utterly horrible is that? End of chapter 3. We have to start the next unit in 2 days, the Shakespeare class for this year. I'm looking forward to it even less than I normally would. It's really last minute, but throughout the whole lesson plan I prepared, I'm supposed to be teaching Romeo and Juliet. But somehow, I don't really think the class is going to be up for studying a play that ends in suicide. I struggle to put together an entire lesson plan for something a little more lighthearted than that. Chapter 4, A Whole Lot of Love.